I think it was the best of Fridays last week, and neither did you, obviously, but it's one of the ones where I think Sean Welsh came out of the press and said it was unacceptable. Is it one of the ones do you leave the boys to it and talk among themselves and figure it out, or do you put them? What's the thinking after that one?
It'd be good if you could leave it like that, yeah. And it's nice that the boys realise that probably for the first time they let themselves down, the club. Even though we've been beaten in other games, it was a manner, and it's nice if they can sort it out, but I've got to do my bit as well. So I've been working on it all week. It's been hurting, I'm not going to kid you on, and it's what we do for now. That's all I've got my focus on, like how they respond to that. And I think they know they let themselves down and let the club down, let myself down as well. So they've got to do their bit, and they've got the last few training sessions that they've shown me that they're responding. But you know, you've got to show it in action, you've got to show it on the pitch, and they've got to do it when we play Cove. Simple as that, Stevie.
I was going to say, I mean, the first Thistle game on the Friday night, there was a few individual mistakes and obviously came to goals, but is it difficult as a coach? I'm not going to say there's a lack of fighting Friday, but is that a tough part? You can't really train that, can you? That's got to come from within the players themselves. Yeah, you can do your bit, but the structure and the prep is always there for us. I'm not trying to distance us from the blame. You've got to take your responsibility. So I take it in the chin, I'm a big boy, but there's only so much you can do, and then they've got to do their bit, and they know themselves that they didn't. And then you see, okay, let's see who's got some fight and some battle, and they didn't really show that. But it's the first time I can say that, because you did talk about the Thistle game before, you did talk about the Morton game, but there was times in those games where we made the individual errors, and at Morton I thought, strangely, we kind of passed and kept the ball well. But in Friday night, and it's been a sore 6 days, that we didn't bring anything to the game. And that's whether it's you're not playing well but you battle on, you roll up your sleeves and you make sure if you're beaten, you know, you lose by a couple of goals, no by 4 goals, and 5-1, it's the biggest defeat. So there's no kidding on here. This is the most I've been hurt since I've been here, but I'm a dogged so-and-so, and I hope my players are as well, but I can see it in them, and I'm hoping they're doing their bit with me doing my bit as well. And the positives, obviously, the last match was a while ago, but against Cove, who we played Monday, and against Phil Powell, you know him and the team inside out. Is that probably the best game that we could be looking forward to this Monday after what's been going on? I don't think it's about who you're playing now. I think it's about what you do to whoever you play, and how you get yourself ready for this game as an individual and then as a collective unit, and go into this game and show people that you never chucked it, that show people that you've got that fighting spirit, show people you're willing to turn this round even if our body's short. That's where my mindset's at. And obviously Danny was on the floor, so you're hoping that he maybe is in the contention on Monday. Is that good, maybe having experience back in the back line, because it was a young back four on Friday, wasn't it? And we were caught, but we just can't blame the back four. They need protected because they were young, but they need to do their right habits as well, and they didn't. So it was a combination of both. It's always nice to have your experienced players back. I think it'll help us. It's just where we are, Stephen. We've talked about it enough in the weeks gone there, and it's up to us to show now. It's going to be difficult until we get the right amount of players back and get my fair crack at it, as I said last week, because I genuinely believe if I had 3/4 of my squad, we'd probably be in the top 4, but we're not, and it's where we are. So it's up to the ones who are there and the ones who are left to show first and foremost that desire, that commitment, go and bite and scratch to get a result, anything it takes to show they've got that and hang in there, and that's where we're at. Lastly, the window opens in a couple of days. I know you still obviously call up your strengthening, but is that I don't get a double-edged sword, but you've also boys coming back, so you don't want to overload the team with new recruits when you've got boys coming back in. Is that a balancing action you play in January? I couldn't have put it better myself. That's exactly where you are, because you're trying to, I've been telling you for weeks, we've been trying to just get a result to make sure we stay there, we stay within touch, and that's not happened. So we don't want to just bring players in for the sake of filling the squad, and they've got to be better than what we've got.
and then you've got these boys coming back, but it's going to take a wee while to get them fit. So you're trying to just get results while getting to that, but it's hard, and we're always on the lookout, but it'll be a hard window, but we're still looking.
I think you'll have money, mate. Cheers.
Cheers, Stevie boy.
Billy, just for the first time this season, probably fans have been looking over the shoulder in terms of the league, just because Cove have got an incentive now when they come your way. Does that make it a wee bit more dangerous, or Cove always going to be a formidable outfit this time?
Well, Jim McIntyre has no doubt improved them, and you can see I was at their game where they were up against Hamilton by a few goals and end up losing points. They are picking up points along the way. I think that he's doing a great job. For me, if Jim keeps Cove in the division, I know I'm talking about Cove now because we've got to look at ourselves, but if Jim keeps them in the division, that's as good as him winning all the titles, because it's a step up, and that's what his job is, and that's what his remit is. Now, there's a reason why they're 2 points behind us as well, because we have not had our resources, but it's a formidable game anyway. But any game just now and where we are is going to be formidable, but it's how our mental approach is, and if we do that, we've still got enough to pick up points. Although we never had players against Partick, we should be showing up better than we did against Partick. But that's what I was talking to Stevie Riley about. That's what I want my team to be like. You go out and get beat, and you've given everything, you've given your all, and the fans realise that, and we owe them after Friday night that's the fans will go, well, you gave it your best shot. But on Friday there, I think the fans were like, well, you didn't give it your best shot. So that's what we have to prove now. But whatever team we're playing against, we talk about this division every week, it's formidable. So we've got a hard job. They're in the back of a win, they'll be coming here fully confident. Can we beat them? Absolutely. But we'll need to work hard first.
And you were quite honest straight after the Partick Thistle game, as you always are, Billy, about the way the team performed, and the guys have said, as with Sean Wells, the players will probably be angry but fired up, because they want to show they're better than they were on Friday.
I think that's what you should be as a professional. I put on my head a lot, well, upon my hat a lot of times. I put on my player's hat when I was a player and try and think back, what would I have done then? Then I put on my coach's head as well, and my coach's hat, where I think, right, okay, this is how I've got to handle it. But I'm hoping they are hurt, because I was hurt. I was bloody hurt. So I'm sitting there Christmas, and you should be concentrating your family, and I'm concentrating about what's just gone and how we handled it. So I drove up the road Christmas Eve back to Inverness, and all I thought about was the game. And to be fair, if the boys are honest with themselves, and it's one thing I'll say again, they're an honest bunch, if they're gone away and looked at themselves, they'll realise I really let myself down there, because Partick are capable of beating us, but it's the manner in which they beat us. And if you don't get a response to that, there's something wrong as a professional football player, and that's me putting my players' hat on.
Last season, after a mini slump, Billy, there was a brilliant result against Arbroath that really turned everything around, and that's just what you're looking for, that wee spark, isn't it? Yeah,
we need results while we're missing these players, and if we need something to just keep in there. You've got that plan in your head, and it doesn't always play out like that, but it's it's an honest plan, and that's what we've got to do. But to get those 3 points, we really need to be that mental toughness. That's what we need now. We need to make sure we get to this game, because that's one thing Cove have got, and you see they've got the confidence, but they see that they've got that, they're working for one another. That's what I want first, and we'll take whatever goes. Yeah, we want the 3 points, we're desperate for the 3 points, but if we get that workmanlike, that determination, that nastiness at times, then that's all I can ask for just now. And if you get that, you have a good chance you'll win the game. So that's our starting point. We need the foundation first before we think about building to then latch ourselves on to move on. Or you could go the other way. You'd be looking over your shoulder, as the boys have been saying.
Just finally, obviously Lewis Nicholson's out at Elgin, and you've got the guys in loan at the Highland League. Any movement with these guys for January, do you think?
Yeah, they'll be coming back. They've got to come back and give us more options. I'm not saying they'll all play, I'm not saying it's the right thing for their development, but it's about this club and where this club is. So yes, they'll all be coming back.
No, so that all of them, yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
That's jockey,
Billy.
yeah. I can't be any more blunt than that.
That's it. Thank you, Billy.
And just team news for Monday. Danny was in. I guess he's in contention to come back. Anyone else close to coming back?
Not for this game, no. Big Dan's, and obviously we've lost Wallace because it was the double-edged sword where, you know, he's giving the ball away, we'll bust through, and then he's been sent off, but we also lose him for the next game. So I thought it was a harsh one, I've got to be honest, but I don't think we've got enough of a case to overturn it. I don't think it was a genuine goal-scoring opportunity. Zach Delaney it wasn't, it was Max Ram was 10 yards deeper, as was Sean Welsh was a few yards deeper. I think one of them would have got across, but I don't think we've got enough of a case to appeal it, but I think it was a really harsh red.